Hi everyone, my name is Naledi and today I am looking at changes in ownership continuing from the part 1. So I'm going to be looking at 3 types of change in ownership starting with IFRS 9 to IFRS 3. Now this one is the easier one. You only need to remember 2 steps. The first one being that what you will do is you will reclassify all the mark-to-market reserve before we acquired control of the company to retain earnings. And you will then add to the proceeds that we paid to acquire the additional shares the fair value of the previously held interest. The second one that we are looking at is when an associate goes to IFRS 3. Again, you have to apply 2 steps. Firstly, you must calculate the gain at acquisition. Now, this will be done in terms of IFRS 3 paragraph 42, where the fair value of the equity method will be given. And you then need to determine the associate using the equity method. And the difference between the equity method and the fair value will then give you the gain or loss. This gain will be credited and the loss will be debited. And if there's a gain, the investment will be debited. If there's a loss, the investment will be credited. Now, same as the first one, you will then reclassify any OCI items to retain earnings in full. Now, I just included paragraph 42. And the last one is when there is a disposal of the associate to IFRS 9. Now, with a disposal, you will always have 2 types of gains, the one from the individual record and the one in the group. Now, the gain, when calculating the gain for the individual record, you must remember that in the individual record, the investment is always at cost. This is in terms of IAS 27. But in the group, the investment will be at the equity method. So you need to then calculate the gain in the individual records and the gain in the group. Any item of OCI will be transferred to retain earnings, and you will have to recognize the fair value of the individual record and the fair value of the group. Now, with the fair value that you need to recognize, remember, this is with regard to the remaining percentage. Now, say for instance, we had a 40% interest and we sold 35. What remains is 5%. With that 5%, we'll then determine the day 1 gain in the individual record, and then we'll also determine the fair value gain in the group. I also include here IAS 28 paragraph 22 that gives you steps on how to calculate the gain or loss at the disposal of an associate. If you still need any help with this, this is just an overview of what to expect when doing the equity method. I'm always available. I will attach my email and I'm willing to help. Thank you.